Can't push it back because there's a plate and it's hitting the ground when I'm pushing it back, so I'm gonna have to jump it myself. I'm gonna have to get a big run up and jump it myself. Lucky, we've got a dip there I can use. Right, come on. Good morning everybody, good morning. It is a lovely new day, great start. I felt like I was in the Jamaican bobsled team doing that, that was scary. There was a van very close, my ad. Anyway, we have got the Z4 behind us, and today is going to be the day we're going to start taking some things off and seeing how badly damaged it actually is. Now, a little bit worried because I did look down and I seen like a little bit of like a crinkle in the paint on the chassis leg after where the slam panel bolts in, so I'm a little bit worried about that, but if it's content, it's content. So today we're going to strip it down, take everything off it and see what needs changing. I have got some very important parts which we are going to be changing. I don't have any bodywork panels today, but today we're going to be doing some structural and mechanical things. So I start removing the slam panel, the radiator and the aircon and see how bad it is. I'm praying that the chassis leg is not severely bent. It is going to be a drift car, and I'm not buying this to resell, I'm buying it to drift and to enjoy every day, so I don't need it to be absolutely perfect, but I do want it being straight. So let's crack on, let's just start with the Zimmer. Who's got the keys to Marvin? So at the minute it's too bent in to the radiator, so I'm definitely not going to pull it out, so I'm going to get Charlie the chisel, the big chisel. I'm just going to try and just bend this back off the radiator so I can pull it out. So now we start to see the tail of what's happened. I always said I think it's hit a lamppost, and I do think that's true. See, literally all the impact's been taken here. Now, one thing I'm worried about, because all the impact's been taken here, it puts a lot of stress on this leg, which is here. So I'm hoping it's not bent this leg in. The wing looks totally fine. There's no damage to the wing. The light looks like it is in the right place, just with a little bit of moving about. I don't know if I need to take the radiator out first and then put the slam panel back on, but I'm just going to start undoing bolts and see how we get on. So obviously the two main ones are here and here. That looks like that's the main slam panel. I'm going to maybe look at this. I have got a radiator in the boot as well, so I've got a spare radiator and aircon in the boot. Like most German cars, the hardest thing so far is trying to figure out how to get like the bloody wiring harnesses off the headlights. I've got the headlight off this side. It's like some literally sort of Chinese puzzle trying to pull the bloody bracket off it. So I'm just going to start pulling off things from these surrounding areas just to make everything easier, because I think I'm going to have to pull the... Oh, there's a big crack in the radiator hose there. That's what it's done. I've tried to take as many like radiator hoses off as I can. They're really these annoying clips again, and I have lost one of them. So I hope it's going to show itself when I take it all off. So I'm just going to pull it away. And then I think because this is so knackered, I'm going to have to pull it away with the radiator inside it. So I'm going to take all the bolts. So we've got 2 bolts there which bolt it to the frame, the 4 bolts here which goes to the chassis legs. I'm going to do the other on the other side, pull it away, and then I'm going to see what hose I need to take off. I should have more access when it's away from the body, because it's really tight now, it's all smashed in. Right, so I've got all the bolts off. It should be coming off now. Really annoying is I'm like, all the bolts off, why is it not coming? And where you've got the 4 big bolts that go into the chassis leg, you have these really small ones as well. See these little stupid little 8mm? Like, what is the actual point of them? There's obviously some more bolts. Oh yeah, there's one around the back here. But that's what I mean, just take off as much as you can. It's nice having this one here as a reference, so I can kind of like use that to see what come off. So by far, the most annoying thing, trying to get these trying to get the radiator things off. They're so annoying because they're similar to the Merc, the plastic and plastic. They push together and then you have like a little metal clip which keeps them in, but so hard to get off. You've really got to like yank them, and you always end up like cutting your hands. Actually, this radiator pipe is giving me so much hassle. It's unbelievable. It just won't come off. Like, it literally won't come off. I'm literally sat here tapping it with a hammer and pulling it, and it just will not come off. I know what I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to literally get my whole hand around it and pull it, and I'm gonna smack it on that pulley, all this bolt here. I just know it. Jesus Christ, it's about time. I literally have to just sit there whacking this plastic thing for it to pop off. Holy shit, mate, honestly. That leg is kind of not straight, so we're gonna have to see if we can do something regarding to that. Yeah, it ain't straight. Not too bad, this side's fine, that side's just bent in a little bit. I haven't fully got the slam panel off. Maybe when I fully get the slam panel off, it might kind of knock it back a little bit, but I highly doubt it. Oh, let's just carry on taking some other things off and really assess the damage, and then we'll make the best decision from there. So many wires, oh my god. So this is a little bit annoying. Obviously the slam panel is, you know, it's come away now, but the bonnet latch, and there's such a small hole, it won't go through. So I'm gonna have to unhook the bonnet hatch, that's the one. But it's not a bad deal because this is bent anyway, and look at the new one comes with one. So I just need to find a way of how to get off the little pin from there. The lighting is terrible, I'm so sorry guys. The sun is literally directly above us going, hey, fucking up your exposure. Here's all the parts we took off so far. I need to remove this light. So these are actually xenon lights. Now apparently the xenon lights are really expensive, so I'm just going to sit and make sure the xenons actually work, and then I'm probably just going to take the case off a halogen one and just put the case on if the whole lights are really expensive, because the cases will be the same. So I'll just take this case off and just put the new case on. But I'll show you guys close up of the leg in a minute. I don't know if it's harder than, probably a bit harder than the Merc. I don't know, because I think the hardest thing with the Merc was just getting the bumper off. The rest of it was dead easy. Another reason why I'm not put the slam panel on is that the drive belt is like quite old. But I also want to do some mechanical things as well, because it has got a rock cover gasket leak, and it's dripping onto the manifold. And when the engine gets hot, the manifold gets hot, you can smell it. So I really need to change that. So I have ordered a rock cover gasket, and that is going to be next door about 2:30. Ooh. And I'm also going to get a drive belt for that as well, because that belt looks crap, and since it's going to be so easy here, like I may as well do it now. But let's spend some time playing with this leg. I'll show you guys what it is. Okay, so that is the fine leg. Now it's only just like got two little spot welds here. It's like, it's not actually, you know, that strong. Here is the passenger leg, so you can see it's a little bit bent. It's bent outwards, so you can see this is where it's supposed to be, and it's just pushed it. So I'm going to try and have a mess about. A lot of people just, there is some hooks here, so if I got like a ratchet or something and just hooked and pull it out, that would be fine. I don't have that. I'm going to try. As you say, it's going to be a drift car, so it's not going to need to be mega straight. But if we have to just, luckily it's like only bent at the very end, so if I have to, an option would be to, you know, maybe chop it off and just weld another one back on. I don't know how hard that's going to be. That's definitely not something that I'll be doing. But here's what the engine looks like so far. Let's have a play with that leg, so with some bars and some things, and see if we can straighten out hammers and bars, and see if we can straighten it out. The worst thing about the BMW compared to the Merc is that the Merc, you know, it actually bolted, you know, the slam panel bolted to the leg way further back, so all the damage would be done to the slam panel. When the BMW is not like that, like it's literally, the leg is so far forward, and the worst thing is it's literally only spot welded. Like the bits that are inside, they're literally just spot welded to the outside, so it's not strong at all. So they're weak as shit. They're as weak as me, you know. So it's really annoying. So in terms of that, the Merc was a lot better built. So there's a few things I could do really. I mean, ideally I need to put like a rope around it and pull it straight. So I can either get a rope and get up against that bollard, put the rope against the bollard and just reverse back against the bollard. Get maybe Will with a tow rope and then get Will to drive, or get Lewis to come down with his winch on his Land Rover, wrap the winch around it and just pull it straight. That's the options, but none of them are going to be easy right now. Guys, because this is just spot welded, I'm actually putting it straight with a hammer. I'm actually going to try and put it straight with a hammer. It's actually moving back straight. Like I'm actually being serious, it's genuinely moving back straight, and I'm just tapping it up and down. See if I can keep moulding it back straight. We'll see if this is going to work. Sick. Right guys, I'm not joking, like this is going to go back on. I've actually got it straight. Now, I'm actually not going to put everything back together. I'm going to wait for you guys to tell me. If I get this straight with a hammer and it bolts on nicely, should I carry on, or should I stop being a bodge and pay someone to do it properly? Even though the shop has told me, you can straighten that, mate. What should I do? Because I don't want to put it all back together everyone giving me tons of shit for being a bodge and stuff. If I can get this straight with a hammer, right, I'm going to put it back on, and I'm going to leave the episode there before I start putting everything back together, and you tell me if I should just carry on. It's going to be a drift car, okay, you tell me, because I don't want to be called, but at the end of the day, I want to be a I have never felt pain like it in my forearm, but I genuinely think I'm cutting this straight. Now it's not pretty. Oh my god, my forearm. No, seriously, this is really bad. Look, I've managed to get, this was literally crumpled here. I've whacked this back, and I'm probably going to go a little bit more, just so that touches that to stop it bending back in. Even, oh, okay, right. Let's try. I'm actually going to try and put this on and see if it bolts up. Not scared. Right guys, I've put it up, it's staying there. I'm going to put the two big bolts in the top ones, and when I tighten it, it's going to bring it towards it. So let's just put the bolts in the top ones, it's staying there now, and we're going to put them tight. There we go. I should have really put the light in last, but it doesn't really matter. So if I look, all bolt holes are lining up. They just needs bolting down here on this side. We're in here, we're in here, we're in there. We're in at the top. All bolt holes are lining up. Let's bolt it down and see if it all goes back together nicely. Mate, people are going to shout at me for this, but it's a drift car. We're still going to send it. Guys, you can believe it. It's literally on. It is literally on, and it's all straight. I can't wait to see some of this shit I'm going to get in the comments. Oh my god, it's going to be hilarious. If I was selling this car, I would probably get another one cut and welded. We're not selling this car, we're sending this car. And when I've had someone telling me that'll be fine, straighten it out, I'm gonna that'll do it and straighten it out. It's literally on. Halfway through it I was like, oh no, the drive belt, but I still can get to it pretty easy. Right, I don't know how the hell we've done it, but we've got the chassis leg straight with a hammer, and it's actually all bolted up. It's all bolted up to the slant panel perfectly fine. They literally all bolted up really well, so I don't know how we've done it, but we have. So this drive belt is absolutely knackered. It's got cracks all the way around the inside, so we're just going to change the drive belt really quickly. So I'm just going to take a picture. I wish I did this before I did this, but I was too excited, so it's going to be a little bit hard to remember, but I'm going to take a picture of where it all goes and just swap the belts over, so should be pretty simple. So in here we have the air conditioning belt is separate and it's only little, so and that's in front of the drive belt, so I'm gonna have to take that off first. It's like a Torx 50 just to do the tensioner on there, and there's a 15mm bolt here to do the tensioner for the drive belt, for the alternator and everything. So I'm just going to take a picture of where it goes, a couple of pictures just to make sure, and then just release the tensioner, take the bolt off, tensioner, release the tensioner, new belt on, release it. So it's pretty simple to do, so yeah, let's do that. There we go, new belt is on. Right, I think one thing I don't know if I've got this pipe here. I think I'm going to need a new one. When it had the crash, the bar, the slant panel belt went into this and it scrapped it. Now I have got a new radiator, a new rad pack, but I don't know if it comes with that thing. I'm pretty sure it doesn't, so I think I'm going to have to try and get another one of these from somewhere. Just put the wheel back on, and I've took the battery out and put it on charge upstairs. I can't actually go any further. I can't put the radiator in because I'm missing one of the top hoses is cracked, so I need to get one of those top hoses. So this hose here, I need to get one of them. I probably could just mount it up, which I might just do now. I might just quickly mount it up in there just loose, and I can't fully bolt it together because one of the sensors which goes in the bottom of the expansion tank, the wire stripped off it, so I'm going to need to find another one of them. I'm going to have to chop them off and just rewire it in, so I can't fully put it back together because of those things. So in the next video, hopefully I'm going to try and find some parts tonight. We couldn't get the rock cover gasket because they ordered it from the wrong place, so it's going to be here tomorrow, not today. So we've done the belts, but right now, I mean, we've done well today. Now, although that leg is straight and it is bolting in slant panel and it is technically straight, it has lost some strength and rigidity because a couple of the spot welds have cracked off. So what I'm going to do is when it's all back together, I'm going to make sure it is actually all back together and drives and all that. If it is perfect, then we're going to go and just get some more welding done on that leg just to strengthen it up again. As I say, it is all straight, it's just a couple of spot welds have come off, so it'll be fine. There's a load of bolts on the top, it'll be fine for the time being, but when it's all done and we all know it's good, I'm going to go to a shop and just get it welded, because you get easy access through the wheel well, really easy access to the wheel well and through the top of the airbox, so I'm not worried about that. We'll get it welded and strengthened up. I know some people are going to be like, that's dangerous, that's dangerous. It's going to be a drift car, and we're going to get it welded, trust me. We will get some welding strength points back on that leg. So yeah, for the time being, I'm going to pack away, figure out what to place put all this stuff. But I hope you're enjoying this. I love you all, and we'll see you when we've got some more parts.